Hi, I'm Ikea, and for today's video, for no particular reason, I want to talk about testing things and making sure that when you say something that you have tested it thoroughly and come maybe to the right conclusions, and maybe even before you put it out, that you have it be peer-reviewed, or even afterwards if there is commentary on it, to actually deal with that in a proper way when somebody finds your information lacking or has questions, to actually address those. And of course, we're going to talk today about this video by a certain Kamikaze Von Doom, the Division 2, new level 40 characters without Roni get double XP. Quite the clickbait, of course, and yeah, have you heard? We are about to hear a lot. We are about to hear Mr. Von Doom make a fool of himself once again, as he has done so often. I'm also not going to hold any punches because in my interactions with him, as I did somewhat reach out to him, he was an ass. He was a dumbass, and we're going to treat him as one. Then, if you want to be a dumbass, then we'll treat you as one. And yeah, this video, of course, goes over the double XP pop-ups that happen that most of us noticed at the start of this season, 5 months ago at this point, almost, well, 4 and a bit, almost 5 months ago. As if you did use the one endgame and got a character to 40 without going to Woni, you get double XP pop-ups. Does that mean double XP? And how would you go about testing that? Let's first hear what the man himself has to say about it, and then we'll go into, is that actually true? Is there anything that is maybe weird with that? Because there is actually. And then we'll round out with actually why testing matters so much. And first, we'll let him kind of explain on his video what is the matter, what is the premise of his video. For that, we're going to jump halfway into his video because, of course, we wouldn't be at a start.
Active. I can do everything, including.
Also, yeah, we're going to go at double speed, which actually seems just 1.5 times speed for anybody else, but actually helps a little bit. So, yeah, he is going to here explain.
Like on the other character. And then I'm going to show you this double XP. So it's permanent double XP, just so you know. And I'm
so it's permanent double XP, just so you know.
Sure, if this isn't intended, I'm sure they will change it. But this has been the same way for months and months, and I just finally got around to testing it. I knew that character was.
This has been the way since, as he actually earlier on in the video says, like that he's noticed it since the throwback event. This has been here since one endgame, and the rest of us noticed it again 4 months ago.
Getting XP fast, I just was not really noticing why. So here is my level 40 mule that I did do Warlords of New York, and you can see all of these projects. So I have all the weeklies, the dailies, the season pass. I have all the projects, right?
This is all set up, of course.
Now, watch when I just pick up a collectible, all right? So at each of these safe houses, you should have a phone or a collectible or what have you, because it's a new character, right? So you can see right there, there's a phone right here. So look at the XP when I pick up the phone, okay? Here we go. 18,300, and it only showed 1, okay? So that was an 18,300 XP pickup. Now watch this, pretty funny. And a lot of people were like, hey, I'm getting over 1 million, 2 million XP on these new manhunts. And it's like, well, is your new...
Also, like, what does that even mean on these new manhunts? Like, over the entirety of it? Because also, they're not getting 1 or 2 million XP extra on each step. So this is just, again, like, just throwing shit out there. There is a little bit more XP for a Woni character, and we'll explain that towards the end. And if you're interested in just that, it's time-stamped. You can, of course, jump to it.
Character Woni or not
let's,
Woni? Well, that's probably why.
Yeah,
Let me show you. And this can happen on anything. It doesn't just have to be collectibles. This is just the fastest way of...
And again, he's also explaining it can be anything. It's not just the collectibles. It's not even the collectibles is the actual answer. Because we'll see what he actually talks about.
Because it's a brand new character, it should be there for this character as well. And if not, I'll just go to another safe house and show you.
And I didn't even check if this com would be here.
Safe house that says new. Take this one.
And then he actually,
as long as it says new and you're on a new character,
wastes us even more time.
There we go. Okay. So watch the XP. So the first one was what? 18,300 and only showed 1. Watch this. Look at that.
Look at that. As we scroll back a little bit, the XP pops up twice. At this point, somebody with a little bit of just curiosity would not go, oh, it's popping up twice. I must be getting this XP twice. I need to tell the world. I need to tell 16K people that have watched it in the last 2 days. What could you do to test this? Do we have any places where XP is shown? Because of course the thing is, it doesn't show it up in the upper right because there is a visual bug as well there, which is that it shows max level when you're at that, as we see in the upright, or it's kind of hard to see in the background, but we'll show it in a second, as his bar as well is quite tiny there. It shows max level and doesn't show you how much you actually got. Of course, the bar did jump up a certain amount. So we're actually going to use that later. But of course, there would be a much easier way as well. See, he's going to, of course, now go.
You saw it, right? So let me show you again.
And yeah, we saw it, right?
The whole time. The whole time. And I don't even have to build on this character. I'm just going around collecting collectibles and getting double the XP. Watch this. You see that? What do you need?
Did you see that? Yeah, it popped up twice.
So, yeah. I don't know. I think I've gained a few 100,000 XP doing this because I'm just going around picking up collectibles and doing crap on this character. But this would be the fastest way to farm shade levels right now. Just so you're...
We're going to stop him there because we have the premise now. First, I want to address there. This would be the fastest way to earn XP, even if it was 36K, for jumping around and grabbing a bunch of comms. The rest of the comms are in missions and in the open world and everything like that. Even if you went and got all of the comms, is that even remotely comparable to just doing one activity? Like in the time that you jump around and all those loading screens. Really? This is the fastest way to XP? Like, can't you even not lie, even for like 5 seconds? Even when you're lying, can't you just not make it a bigger lie? Also, as well, we want to look at something here as he's going to expose, but then as well, we're going to expose later on that it's not even in the line of his thinking. Like, it doesn't even fit with his logic that he has here. Let's continue on.
Because if you can get double XP just by not doing Wony, that means you can sit here and do all of the missions, you can do the strongholds, everything, get double the XP.
Except you don't. This is an outright lie at that point. Because also, then he goes and points out this.
I don't know if that's your cup of tea or not, but look at this right here. General Anderson mission, 1.6 million XP to complete. You see that? 1.6 million XP for that mission. That's insane. Let me see. Hold on.
That is insane. Weird, right?
800,000 for the Captain Lewis.
So the other one 2 manhunt missions that he hasn't done on this character.
1.6 million XP for that mission. You guys see this? I don't know.
Yeah, he does not know. Let's go over to the character that I have here, which is also a watch alt, which we've dressed up to look very dumb. This is how we, how you show that you are in special need. If we, for instance, go over and look at Captain Anderson, as to address that first. This is the first time clear for Anderson. Even if it gave you double XP there, why would it show a higher amount here? If it's giving you double pop-ups, what would that matter for this number? It would give you this pop-up twice. That would be the double. The first time clear of Anderson with 5 directives on heroic has always been 1.66 million. This is like... What? Yeah, the first time clear of a manhunt mission gives you more than a main mission. The first time clear of an invaded mission gives you more than a main mission. The first time clear of Wony missions gives you much more than the initial clears. Especially on story, you still get 550k with 5 directives. This isn't even part of the same idea. This is not... Like, how does that even go into that? But now let's actually go address double XP for comms and everything. Do we though? Let's go see. So yeah, let's put that to the test. How would we test that? Do we have a place where XP is shown? Yeah, we do. It's in literally the middle of your escape screen in your main menu, basically. That pops up every time. If you're not going to the inventory or the map, this is the other screen. It shows you the XP in the middle. How much it is and how much of it you have and how much it's going up by and stuff like that. So here we have a character that is whatever SHE level they are, that doesn't matter. The part that matters is right below that, which is that they're at 174,475 XP out of 700k for a level at 40. And yeah, this is still that character that has not done Woni. We're going to also see that with the pop-up happening double for them as well. So how much would this be if we got 18,304 for a 5 directive, as that is what we're on. We're on 5 directives, comm. The difficulty does not matter for the comms. They were, for instance, on normal for one and a heroic on the other. That values does not matter. It's only directives that matter. And would the outcome then be that we get 192,779? Because this is the point of testing and knowing, is that we can do predictive models. If we get only one time, we're going to go to 192,779, as I've just put that in my calculator already. And I already know this outcome, because this is exactly the thing that during the start of the season, we had to explain to a bunch of people. When I pick this up, you're going to see as well, for me as well, double XP pop-ups. When I'm just going to not have Sawyer talk over me. If we go into the menu, 192,779. Hey, prediction. We used a model that we understood and used those numbers to make a prediction. This would be the way to show it if it did give double XP. Because if it did give double XP, we would have, if I have the same number that we have there, it would be plus 18,304 is 211,000. That would have been the number then. It's almost as if you can test these things. You don't have to just guess. And then, of course, the defense can come. Oh, but I'm on PC. He's on Xbox. In a little bit later, we're going to show actually that that does not matter when when you are on Xbox or on PC, because I can prove from footage from his video that he didn't actually get double XP. Even though, of course, I'm going to pull up a comment that he replied to me with where he definitely said that. And that is, of course, also the thing with testing. It is okay to make mistakes. I'm not against making mistakes. I make my own quite often, and I get called out for some of them, or some of them are just, just simple human error. And the thing isn't what happens that you made a mistake or like that. The thing is, how do you react to it? Do you instantly jump to just defend yourself, even if you're not sure that it is correct? Or do you actually go and check it? And maybe you are right, because sometimes I have also been called out incorrectly, and then I was right, and then I protected or defended myself from dumb statements, because that also quite often happens. But also quite often, the other person was right. I went and tested it, or went and looked it up and noticed I made a mistake. And then just admitted my fault. Because the thing is, I don't lose respect for somebody if they make a mistake. That is not an issue. Like if they make a mistake. Of course, if you just keep making mistakes, that will erode my trust in you. But if they make a mistake here and there, and then when they get called out, even if they later on come back and go like, yeah, shit, sorry, my bad, I should gain respect for that person. The ability to admit fault is something that also in myself I've learned to, or have tried to cultivate in myself, because everybody feels that way. That isn't like a thing that is unique to certain people. When you get called out, your first reaction is, no, I must be right, right? Like, oh, no, I can't be wrong. I'm me. How can I be wrong, And that is true for everyone. To give in to that is a very bad thing to do. Don't do that. Just check it. And sometimes as well, they might be wrong. It might be a false call out, or they might be even dumber than you and made an error in correcting your error, basically. But quite often, it might be something of substance. You have to actually check, at least double check it, because what they could have done is this. They could have even shown it with this, but they couldn't have, of course, because it wouldn't have shown that they had gotten 1 times XP. Because why are they just showing the double pickups or like the double XP popping up? Because double XP popping up does not mean that there is also double XP happening, not inherently. I can understand the thinking there, but then when you get called out, you shouldn't just hide that person on your channel and try to act as if you didn't make a mistake. as we'll show in the final segment here. So yeah, let's actually discuss one thing that does give a little bit more XP in for these kind of characters. Because there is actually a weird thing, and we're going to show it here just because it's also kind of well known at this point. You don't get double XP for activities, you don't get double XP for comms, as stated. What you do get double XP for is Accolades. Accolades, as they'll pop up in the bottom left in the second. Although actually they won't, because we're still in combat with that heavy over there. We should, what we did there was kill 4 enemies. We got 4 headshot kills. There we got 5. If you look in the bottom left corner in a second, it pops up, and actually 10 headshot kills. I killed 5 people. I got a 5 multi-kill, and I got a 10 headshot kill. That XP actually does also happen. We have calculated that many times, that if we take the kill XP, which happens once, even though that also pops up twice, whenever I kill somebody, if it's a red and we get that 1600, or it's a purple, we get 1920. If it's elite, we get 2400, or named as well. It's the same as elite, 2400. Those, even though they pop up twice, happen once. The accolades show or add as much as they say in that bottom left corner, which is double. I made 5 headshot kills, I got 10 times headshot. The headshots as well as the accolade wise, they're basically the same as the kill XP. So whatever you got as the kill XP is also what you get as headshot XP. It is basically an addition of just every kill that you made, but we're getting that double. So there is something to having a Wony character that does not, or a character at level 40 that has not done Wony. But it's not everything, because as well, what we know for a fact is that the activities, completions, where it also pops up twice, also do not give double XP. You just get it once. So it's only those accolades. And those accolades are just multi-kill, headshots, the survivor one, the weak point kill one, and I'm obviously forgetting one because there's a 5th one. But yeah, the accolades, the things that pop up in the bottom left once you get out of combat, those are the things you get double. There is some truth there, but it's not even close to what they're thinking of. Because yeah, it isn't all the XP. It's not even double, because you're getting the double of a duplication already. So the kill XP, for instance, with the headshots, you would already get the main bulk of the headshot of the kills. You get basically, with a normal character, a doubling of that with a 1 time of the headshots. Now you're getting a 2nd time. It's not a doubling, it's a plus 32%. That is quite the big difference on one part. And that is, of course, again, still not the completions, not the pickups, not the double pop-ups that happen. There's also one thing you might have noticed if you had run any of these characters, is that every 10 minutes it looks like it's leveling up. Well, not even 10 minutes, but quite often when the bar is not even full, the level up animation happens. There's just a lot of visual bugginess here. And yeah, there is some issues, and there is one place where it works with accolades, but that wasn't the place that this man was talking about, of course. Let's actually now go see what his response was to me when I pointed this out to him. And then let's fully show that he was incorrect, even in his assessment on Xbox, as that is his defense now. And then we'll actually take it out and show that, yeah, there was nothing there, and he was just wrong. So yeah, let's go and do that. Because let's actually talk a little bit about how he somewhat responded, and then quickly just took a very different route as well, as expected, very much so. I have no respect for this man to begin with, so there is no love lost. There was none to be had to begin with. So yeah, it seems to be that he made a pin post. It seems that I've reacted to it, right, and responded to it. And hey, weirdly, I have responded twice instead of maybe like editing my first one. And then there's like 2 responses there of mine. And there's a facepalm of mine, as is usually the precursor of a, for no particular reason. If we go and look in incognito mode and go to that actual browser. And this is that video, of course. I am now then not logged in. My account is not logged in. Hey, there are no responses underneath that comment. This is his response, of course. Just hide from channel, which is YouTube's shadow ban system, which I've also sometimes used, especially for people either trying to do spamming or doing like just people say the darndest things on the internet. Just a common response though should not have that. Let me actually show what I told him, what his response was, and then what my response to that was. Because if he doesn't want to show it, then yeah, I'll do it myself. So first of all, we have this. Let's take away the browsers in the background. What we have here is the pinned comment from him on the top, which is that I hearing that this is both a working for everyone in the game, including hardcore characters and people who have been doing this for ages. It's only been available like since the start of this season, and again, it's not everything. A visual glitch, which it is. These two are also mutually exclusive. You can't be hearing this is both and just going, I don't know, it's fine, it must be fine. These are mutually exclusive. It's either a visual glitch or it's actually working. I'm hearing both. If you're on one camp or the other, let me know below and add your platform. That way we can figure it out. So what people have been telling him, if I actually bring back up the other browser and actually take away this for a second. If we scroll down, a bunch of people are correcting him. There is no double XP. It's a visual glitch. It just looks like you've earned twice the XP. And then, for instance, someone here actually giving the correct answer as well alongside of it. Not only have I noticed this, actually, well, they've noticed it, but I haven't tested it. I don't get multi-kill bonuses, headshot bonuses, or well, actually, is this one? Yeah, double headshots. So yeah, there's that. So there. People are correcting him. This is so misleading. You do not get double XP for everything you do and stuff like that. So my response to him after that initial one was this: stop acting as if this is something untestable. As I showed, you can test it in seconds. There was like the easiest test. You do need a character that has this setup, kind of, but that is not uncommon. That is how we do watch alts nowadays. So yeah, stop acting as if this is something untestable. You can literally check what gets actually added by recording the XP amounts before and after any action and see that it's not giving double XP. A test you should have done before putting up obvious clickbait misinformation. That still plenty of people sadly will still believe, which double still. And the funniest thing is that there is an actual XP increase to be had for characters that have not done WONI, but you still have not found it after 5 months. Shows kind of how well you test. As yeah, there is something there with the accolades. It's not double. It's not the thing that he showed. It's not the thing that he's talking about. It's something completely different. He seemed to understand that there is something there. He seems to understand that there is a little bit more XP to be had for those WONI characters, but he just ran to the wrong conclusion and then published it and misled a ton of people. So what would his response be to this? So my response, if I got something like this, especially if maybe he knows my name, because actually it turns out that he likely does know my name, as the last sentence of his next response will kind of show. If, for instance, a Rossi or a Dodd or somebody showed up on something of mine and went, hey, are you sure about this? Or even in a different tone of like, stop acting as if this is something untestable. If they come in with that, I'm going, I'm going to go make double sure, triple sure. And likely, actually, knowing those kinds of people, or myself, we're likely in the right if we're gonna correct you. So let's see what he responded afterwards. And that is that very cute, just like all my methods and mechanics, they may vary from platform to platform, which they don't here. And we'll show in a second that even in his video, they didn't. My MTDZ method works for console, but not PC. I have tested this on Xbox with no issues. Yeah, there's no issue there because nothing is happening there. That does, yeah. When you sell a placebo, you don't expect side effects. Yeah, that is. But I will not be testing on PlayStation and PC. Why not? Why not check with people even then? Like, even if you don't, like, even if you believe this, or if this actually was true, because again, I'm going to show in a little bit that even on Xbox, this isn't true. Why not just go and check that? You have a humongous community. Just go and actually, not even just ask people to do it, but just go pick someone and then just ask them to do it and then to show confirmation. But even in his initial video, he could have shown the XP amounts on the menu screen. Like, that would be indisputable proof. If he went and got a comm, and after the comm he had 36k more XP instead of 18k more XP, you can just put that out and say, hey, this IKEA motherfucker, he has no idea what he's talking about anything. That would be so easy. That's the thing. Refutation is just something that if you can do it, especially with this, yeah, you will, like, especially if someone is calling you out, I would take glee in doing that. I would actually enjoy myself. I would be giggling like a little child. Oh, I get to say they're wrong. You know, they said I was wrong and I can prove that they're wrong. A little bit childish, but you get the feeling, right? So they go on. That's my comment about adding your platform for content. GG's. Ask your friends to lie about me some more. Maybe they can Photoshop something new about me. Which I'm not sure what this even means. Who are my friends? Just because you have enemies does, first of all, not mean they are my friends, because I have also no idea who you're talking about here. I have no idea, like, what this Photoshop about. Like, has anybody Photoshopped something about him that I missed or something? Because I feel like him being him, he would have, like, made a dozen videos about it. Here's my rebuttal to that. You never test anything. That is the literal reason you're always discredited whenever someone brings you up. Because this is the common thing. If somebody goes like, oh, I got it from Kamikaze, the first answer isn't even like, oh, let's go see what he has to say. It's usually like, oh, just don't listen to him. Like, that is the common response you will see on Discourse and on Reddits and stuff like that. To get to that level, you have to have fucked up a lot. And Kamikaze has, very much so. The reputation you have created for yourself speaks volumes about how much bad information you have put out. Because in this little video, all the pieces are there to check if it even worked for you here. Spoiler warning, it did not. Because you can literally extrapolate from the amount added to the XP bar. Stop trying to defend something easily, and I've said here refuted, I meant refuted, like this, and act like it may be system dependent. It is not. I actually test and check before I speak, so I know it does not work like that on any system. And we know it doesn't, because the original, when this kind of came out at the start of this season 4 months ago, it was people from Xbox and PlayStation and PC all going like, hey, yeah, no, it's popping up double XP. And then people going like, oh, no, actually, no, it's not giving double XP. And then everybody going and back and testing and going, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't give double XP. And then the accolades started popping up of like, oh, but the accolades are going double. And then that was the thing. The accolades are double. Nothing else is. Or even go actually test it now that you have been called out. The numbers to check against is just in the menu. A 5-second test. Just go actually test it. And also, I'm curious what you mean by that last line, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure that if I look into it, you will be also in the wrong on that as well with your track record. I'm kind of correcting that line a little bit. I should have put more comments in there, but it doesn't matter because nobody but him got to see those, except now, of course, because I have my own little small platform here, and we'll use that to call him out with it. Now, let's go actually to the part where we show for a fact that it also didn't work for him, because, you know, it might be right. It might have worked on console. It might have worked on Xbox. Did it, though? This is from his own video. So I have gone in, I've looked at this video, I've gone to the timestamps when he's getting the XP, and in the upper right, whenever you get XP, in the upper right, as you can see there, there's the XP bar that pops up. It pops up for a second. Mechanically, it always does this. It pops up for a second, shows, unless you are on the Wony character, how much XP you're getting. So on the other character, it actually shows the number there. That is the number that is briefly there. If you actually, let me go back a little bit. You can see a number, a green number in the top right, a little just tiny. We'll zoom in a second. That is that 18304. But before that as well, the bar holds for a second and then starts to count that out and then stops and then fades away. So you have plenty of time to take a screenshot of it at the start. You have plenty of time to take a screenshot of it at the end and compare those, which I have, of course, done because I am a thorough motherfucker. And if you try to slip something past me, and especially if you're trying to then defend it, I will find the fault. So what we have here is from his own video, and you can go and double check and triple check and peer review me on this if you want to yourself. We have on the left the character of his that has done Wony, and they are actually normally showing, because also as well as you see there, the number is there, the 1834 is up there, whereas with Wony characters, what it always shows is that max level. That is also a visual glitch. Basically, it's always showing max level up there. It's not showing also the amounts in XP that you're getting whenever you get XP, where normally you would. So on the left we have that character, and we can kind of see before and after. So it's before that XP gets added and after, because when the XP bar pops up for a second or so, it's still not adding that amount in there. So we can get a very clean picture of before and after, which we have here. On the left, we have the one time he does it on a character that has done Wony. On the right, we have the 3 times that he does it on a character that hasn't done Wony. Did it work? We can see the difference in, and all of these have been just copied from him, and they're all in the same resolution, basically. They've been scaled up, but all of them in the same amount. So they are all equivalent to each other. The amounts of this is just the same, and I can even show that if I take a actually not like that. If I take a copy of this, and I actually let's before somebody says we're doing trickery or something. If I take this and kind of just make it that instead, so we can put this next to this bar. You can see that bar, actually that one is kind of hard to see, but if we put it on this one, you can see that they are the exact same length, because the bar goes a little bit further up to that ending point. It's easier to see on this one, but yeah, side by side, they are the same length. And you can do this test yourself as well and refute me if you feel like that. So the difference in XP between that and that, we can put 2 lines there and kind of look at it and go like, okay, that is that much added to the bar. Seeing as all these bars are always 700k as an end level character, we can already see that it's not more than that. It's the same amount, because if it was double, this second line would be way out here. It would need to be. It would be basically in line with the second line where he got 2. It isn't. It is the same amount, and we can also see that with this little cube that I made here. We can just slot this in just as a measurement tool, have that be there, and of course, if we put that in there, it's the same amount. It didn't work for you, you dumbass. You didn't test. You got called out and you didn't go back and test. And you're surprised that people have no respect for you. You deserve no respect. If this is the way that you respond to criticism, that's even worse than the initial mistake. Because testing matters. That is the point of this video. If you want to actually say something, make sure that it's correct. Because this isn't, of course, the first one. He isn't the first one to say this, for instance, even. But also to not test and then talk. How many people have come through and said, status effect applies to Oxy? We at this point, this is a meme. The amount of people that believe this is too damn high. And it doesn't. It's easily testable. You put a status effect, you take one piece of your gear where you have status effect, you swap it to skill damage, and you check what the damage in difference in damage is, or from skill damage to status effect, and you see that you lose damage. How is that? Or you can replace a skill haste to a status effect alongside of the skill damage and see that doesn't go up. Easy testing is easy to do. Do it. Do it before you speak. Do it before you go, hey, I think they broke Hotshot last time that Golden Bullets came around. Someone was very adamant that Hotshot was broken and was giving a reload on every kill. Except Golden Bullet was on, of course. Test your shit before you talk, especially if you are doing so to people when you have 100K subscribers that are foolish enough, first of all, to subscribe to you. So then, yeah, they're likely foolish enough to believe it. And then when you get called out, don't just hide the person that called you out. That just makes it worse. You had no respect to begin with. Now you have my disdain. So yeah, and to conclude this, if you had to have heard something, hopefully it is that to not listen to people like Kamikaze that have no idea what they're talking about. They haven't had an idea what they're talking about for years. Him and others have been the impetus for me to actually start my YouTube channel, to go like, you know what? Let's bring up the average on YouTube. Not that I believe so well that I know better, but in this case, it is hard to believe that I know less than Kamikaze. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, actually, I almost feel bad for even going like do all the algorithm stuff because of how much of a shill he is, but you know, we won't go as far as it with him. And yeah, for my future videos, we're going to go into that watch out video that actually was meant to be here, but I got sidetracked by something because I heard something. And I hope you join me for those, as we'll also go, of course, into the new season afterwards, and we'll have a bunch of things to talk about and discuss then. So yeah, as always, thanks for joining and have a good night.